Hello, dear students. This is Rajesh Dadich, your English mentor from Shiv Jyoti Educational Group, Kota. Right? Today we are going to start your chapter number 8. It's revision and the chapter is present tense. Right? But before we proceed, first of all, we have got to know the meaning of the term the tenses, what the tenses are. This we have to learn first. Tenses and time, they both are interrelated, right? Tenses means the sum up of all the activities one performs throughout one's life, from birth till death. Whatever the activities are performed, the sum up of those activities is known as the tenses, right? So basically we can say, we can divide the topic, the tenses, into 3 parts. Or in other words, we can say the whole human life can be divided into 3 parts. And these 3 parts are known as 3 phases of tenses, right? Present tense, past tense, and future tense, right? So the first one is the present tense. This is the most important tense in one's life because this is the one and only time one has got. We have got all powers, we can do everything in this tense only. And this is past tense, means when this present time is elapsed, this is changed into past tense, right? And when we are talking about the time yet to come, means we are talking about the moments yet to come. We are eagerly waiting for the moments. We have planned something to do, and in that coming time we want to do something. So that time is known as future tense, right? That we'll discuss all these 3 tenses one by one. But right now, let's begin with present tense. So dear students, let's begin with present tense. What is present? Right? The current time, the current scenario that we have got some power in is known as present tense. Let's divide this tense into 4 parts, and they are known as indefinite tense, number 2, so we may call present indefinite tense, we may call present continuous tense, but it has got one more word, and that is simple. We can write it simple present tense also, and we can write it as present progressive tense also. One by one we learn them, right? Next, perfect tense means present perfect tense, and 4th one is perfect continuous tense. So let's begin them one by one. First of all, we are going to discuss the indefinite tense, or you may call it simple present tense. The name itself suggests simple present. Indefinite tenses means in this tense we are talking about the activities. We are talking about the activities that are performed throughout one's life as a part of one's routine life, right? What are the activities we perform daily as the part of our daily life, routine life? That is known as present indefinite tense or simple present tense, you may call it. Got it? So look, present indefinite tense. What are the salient features of present indefinite tense? Introduction I have already given, right? So let's have a closer look at the helping verbs or main verbs in this tense, being used in this tense, right? So we use first form of the verb and sometimes first form of the verb with s or es, right? object. And you know, all sentences begin with subject. So we can say in affirmative sentences, very simple sentences, we use first form of the verb and sometimes we add SOS to the first form of the verb and followed by object. Object means the whole remaining part of the sentence after the main verb. Got it? After the main verb, what are the remaining part is there, that is known as object. Got it? So, next one is, if we have to convert this present indefinite affirmative sentence into its negative form, we use do or does plus not. We have to add this not, right? And if we are using this negative adverbial not, this is necessary for us to use the helping verb. Means this word cannot be used without any helping verb. So it becomes mandatory for us to use do or does. So this is negative. Got it? This is negative sentence. And next is these helping verbs. If we use them in the beginning, do does plus subject plus V1 and then object. What does it look like? It looks like an interrogative sentence. Yes, the very first kind of interrogative sentence we are talking about. Yes, we are talking about an interrogative sentence, first kind of interrogative sentence that begins with helping verb. And whenever we find this kind of interrogative sentences, mind it, these questions always demand their answers in yes or no. Yes or no only, right? But this is first kind of interrogative, and the second kind of interrogative sentence means we have to begin with question word. We have to begin with question words. Certain question words are there, and thereafter this structure we have to use do, does, subject, first form of the verb, and once again let me tell you, first kind of interrogative sentences demand the answers in yes or no. For example, if I say, do you like coffee, do you like tea, do you like apples, the answer will be in yes or no only. Yes, I do. No, I don't. Does he go to school regularly? Yes, he goes. Yes, he does. Or no, he doesn't. No, he does not go. So in this way. But if you ask the question beginning with question words, definitely these questions demand their answers in detail. For example, what is your name? What do you want? What do you like? Right? When do you wake up in the morning? So we can never begin answer with yes or no for such kind of questions. Right? Now, let me give examples of these tenses. So dear students, let's switch to continuous tense. What is continuous tense? Means we are talking about an activity. We are talking about an action that is going on at the time when we are speaking. Means at present something is going on. Right? Hey, what are you doing? It means I am asking someone what he is doing. Right? I am sitting, I am standing, I am teaching you, you are learning. So all these sentences are the examples of continuous tenses, or we may say present continuous. Present plus continuous means present, what is going on at present, whatever the activity is going on, that reflects present continuous tense. What do we use as salient features when it comes to helping verbs? We know is, are, am. These three helping verbs are used, right, along with V1 ing. Means first form of the verb. In ing form we have to use is, are, am. How to use? He, she, it. He is, she is, it is. But are, he is, she is. But they are plural, they are, we are, you are. And only one subject is there, one pronoun is there, one we can use am, and that is I am teaching you. He is going. It is raining. She is learning English. They are playing cricket. Boys are running. They are coming. They are going. So in this way, we use present continuous tense, right? Next is perfect tense. What is perfect tense? Yes, perfect. Perfect means complete. Here, present. In present indefinite tense, what we learned, we were talking about the activities, the part of our routine life, daily life, or we were talking about some universal truths, some factual truths we were talking about. That was the part, that was the integral part of our life. I go to school, I do not go to school. He goes to school, he doesn't go to school, he does not go to school. They are going to school. It becomes present continuous tense. And their negative form, they are not going to school. Are they going to school? In this way, we can make their negative or interrogative sentence. What are you learning? This is interrogative sentence of present continuous tense. And I am learning English. This is affirmative or present continuous tense. But now we are talking about perfect tense. What is perfect tense? Complete means we are talking about something which is complete now. Earlier we can say it was going on, but now it is complete, right? The work is done, but we still feel the effect, the impact of its completion on our mind or the circumstances around us, right? How to say? What are the salient features of this tense? Has or have, right? In present indefinite tense, we use do or does as helping verbs. In present continuous tense, we use is or am as helping verbs. But in present perfect tense, we use has or have as helping verb. But in all three perfect tenses, means present perfect, past perfect, future perfect, we always use third form of the verb. In all three continuous tenses, means present continuous, past continuous and future continuous, we use V1 ing along with different helping verbs, right? But that is for sure V1 ing will be used, okay? But when it comes to present perfect, past perfect or future perfect, common form of the verb is third form of the verb. Only this makes difference. For example, let me explain through one of the examples. Have you done your work? Yes, sir. I have done my work. No. I have not done my work. I have to complete my work. Means my work is not complete, right? So he has not come yet. He has not come yet. Means we are waiting for someone and he has not come yet. So we can say we are talking about present perfect tense. Yes, we are talking about an activity which is complete or which is not complete, right? So we can say present perfect tense. He has not yet completed his work. He has not done his work yet. In this way, present perfect tense. Next is perfect continuous tense. What? Perfect continuous tense means this tense is the combination of two tenses, right? This tense is the combination of two tenses. You can see the name perfect and continuous. So we can say this is continuous, this is perfect. If we mix them together, if we club them together, what becomes perfect continuous, right? So what are the identification? What is perfect continuous tense? Means we are talking about an activity that is currently going on. But the same identification is there, the same feature is there in present continuous tense. Then what makes them different? Right? What makes them different? And that is, in this tense, time is also given. I mean to say, the time of commencement of any work. But no kind of time is given in this tense that can suggest that the work started at that time. But in this tense, we know perfectly that a particular work started at that time and since then it has been going on, right? So two features are there. One is continuity and second is time, that can suggest us that the completion of the work started, means the work started at that and that time, and since then it has been going on. So this is perfect continuous tense. Okay. So what are the identification, what are the salient features of this tense is very simple. What I told you, this is the combination of two tenses, this tense and this tense, means some features we are taken out from present continuous tense and some features we are taken out from the present perfect tense, and we have mixed them together along with some different identifications, some different features, that becomes present perfect continuous tense. So what we have taken out, has or have, you can see has or have we are taken out from perfect tense. Present perfect, you can see here, has or have. Since time is given, we will add one more word, and that is been. So it becomes has been, have been. Got it? And one more thing we are taken out, and that is continuous tense. Continuous tense means V1 ing. So it becomes has been V1 ing, have been V1 ing, right? But what I told you, time is also given. So to reflect that time, to express the time, we need certain prepositions, and these are two prepositions, and they are since and for, to connect time, right? Since or for, got it, as preposition. For example, we can say he is sleeping, and if he is sleeping, and if I ask you when he went to bed, since when? No, we do not know the time when he slept. So we can say this is only continuous tense. But if we know the time that he went to bed at 2 o'clock, and since then he has been sleeping, so the sentence becomes he has been sleeping since 2 o'clock. So this is present perfect continuous, and overall these are present tense, present indefinite, present continuous, present perfect, and present perfect continuous. Let's have a look at some examples, right? So students, let's have a look at some of the sentences from some of your exercises. So first of all, you have to open your book at page 40 and 41, right? Exercise A. Some sentences have been given. So look at the sentence, she blank space buy oranges from the market. She blank buy oranges from the market, right? So what do you think if this is now, but suppose I do not use the word now, means I do not use the adverbial now, it becomes present indefinite tense. But right now, now has been given, now adverbial reflects the sentence being in continuity, right? So it reflects present continuous tense. In present continuous tense, what to use is RM and V1 ing. So what to write? She are no, she am no. Only one is there, and that is she is buying oranges. Means we are reflecting the present activity, means the activity which is going on in present, right? There. So mind it, the platinum rule of English grammar is whenever we begin any sentence with here or there, always if they are followed by a blank space, always indefinite tense is used. So since there is there and blank space is also there, so we can use present indefinite tense. So we'll use present indefinite tense in affirmative. You know, I told you either first form of the verb or sometimes S or ES are added to the first form of the verb in affirmative sentences. Means I go, we go, you go, they go. But he does not go, she does not go, it does not rain. So here there is there. So we'll treat it as singular. So there goes the girl, right? Because the girl, we are talking about the girl, her activity is there. That's why we can say there goes the girl who won the spelling contest. Got it? Next, please open page 43. Open your book at page 43, exercise C, right? So one of the sentences is the detective blank space solved the case to the satisfaction of his clients. Means we are very happy that the detective has been successful in solving his cases for the clients, right? So here we can say that it belongs to present perfect because successfully the detective has solved the cases of his client. So we can say, as usual, I told you present perfect means has or have along with third form of the verb. We can say solved. The detective has solved the case to the satisfaction of his clients, right? Next is mother. Mother blank space read the newspaper for the past half hour. What I told you, whenever since or for preposition have been given to you along with time of commencement of any activity we are talking about, right? So we think that present perfect continuous tense will be there. So here present perfect continuous tense, what I told you is the combination of two tenses, means some features are from present continuous, some features are from present perfect tense, and they become another tense, and that is present perfect continuous tense. So we'll use according to the subject. Mother is singular subject, so we'll use has, and since time is also there, you can say past half hour means 30 minutes time has been given, means the work has been going on for past 30 minutes, so we can call it half hour. So mother has been, and V1 ing is there, so we can say reading is there. So the whole sentence is mother has been reading the newspaper for the past half hour. Oh, I found it's raining outside. I asked somebody when it started raining, because at the time I was sleeping, and as soon as I woke up I found it raining outside. I had a look outside through the window and I asked someone when it started. Then I was told it has been raining since morning. It has been raining last evening, last night, for past 1 hour, for past 2 hours, like this. So all these sentences are related to perfect continuous, present perfect continuous. So with this, my dear students, your present tense is complete. So I hope you have got it, and better you can practice, because practice makes a man perfect. The more you are practicing, the more you will be gaining. With this, have a nice time. Thank you.